Welcome to our debate show called The Off Season. We have Oliver and this guy, and I'm Freddie. I'm 10, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the Michael Penix draft. You can go first. Why, if you like it or
I
not.
personally love the pick, even though he's 24 years old. I think he'll be a great necessity. Like if Kirk Cousins gets injured at any point, they'll have a very talented backup quarterback. And you always need a very talented backup quarterback when you play football, because if you don't have a backup quarterback, what happens if your quarterback gets injured? You just will not have a quarterback, and you'll have to run we just have to run running plays every play.
Okay, you can go.
I don't like the pick because Michael Penix is just too old. He should be drafted to the Falcons should have drafted a defensive player because they need help on that side, and they have Kirk Cousins for another 3 years, and they can just get another quarterback from the draft, like a late round, and then they'll be building up from Kirk Cousins.
What do you think about the age of Michael Penix? Do you think that's like a concern?
I don't think that'll be a necessity, because even though when you play over age, it's harder to play and get tackled because you have more injury prone. But I think he's a fresh even though he's had many injuries in the past of his football career, I think that he will definitely be good in the future.
What do you think? Speaking of quarterbacks, what do you think about the Giants not getting a quarterback when they
Personally,
have,
I'm not the hugest Giants fan, so that's not really my focus, but I like that they didn't get a quarterback because I have faith in Daniel Jones, and next year they can always get a quarterback next year, and if they wanted to get one this year, they would have gotten one this year. That's the whole reason.
I agree with you, but this offseason they should have signed more weapons on offense and some good players on defense.
Do you think the Giants are gonna get a quarterback in one of the upcoming drafts?
Maybe. Because free agency, never know. Maybe, probably.
For me and me personally only, I think it's just how it depends on this year and how Daniel Jones plays over the next season, and if he's injured, if he tears the ACL, MCL, if he gets injured, then they'll probably move to a new quarterback system. But for now, I think he has his job secured for next year.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about the free agency. Do you think that free agency is gonna have good quarterbacks in the upcoming
Everybody
years?
got contracts extensions. And there might be some mid quarterbacks, but not high Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or someone like that. They'll be mid. I think Daniel Jones will be the next Eli Manning. Maybe.
Since we're talking about
not Eli Manning.
since we're talking about the draft situation, what about someone young? Do you think Bijan is gonna be eventually better than Josh Jacobs? Eventually.
Eventually, right. If I was talking right now, which I know you aren't, but if I was talking right now, I would say he's nowhere near that because he's not as skilled as Josh Jacobs is. Josh Jacobs is a well-rounded player who's led the rushing yards in I think 2023. He led rushing yards for the whole NFL, and I think Bijan had a wonderful rookie year. I really liked it, but I think in definitely a few years he'll definitely upgrade to a top tier.
What about the future when he becomes kind of in his prime, basically, in the next 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years?
I think Bijan will be his prime in May, actually 3 years. I think he'll be in his prime earlier than normal, because I think he's a very, very well-rounded player. He came into the NFL very, very skilled and well-rounded, but I just think he's a very good running back in my opinion.
Do you think Bijan Robinson is ever going to be better than Josh Jacobs?
Yes. Because Bijan Robinson has a bunch of potential, and Josh Jacobs, getting older, and
Yeah.
Bijan's just getting
Yeah.
younger instead of shit.
And I think so. Both of you said it, and you said that Josh Jacobs is gonna be eventually older than Bijan. Do you think that Bijan is gonna get worse when he's older, or kind of just stay the same?
That's the thing about running backs. They retire at younger ages. Like they retire.
Like
The
31,
average
32.
running back is 31, 32. I don't think any running back goes to 35 at least minimum. And then I think he'll retire at like 30.
Well, that's it for the off season on here, and next we're probably gonna be talking about the Falcons' first game, and now we have a commercial break.